What is happening, everyone? TLP, the Liverpool Prophet, back again with another match reaction. It feels weird to say this. It feels surreal. It feels not real, but I am going to say it. West Ham nil, Liverpool 2. Yes, you heard that correctly, people. West Ham nil, Liverpool 2. We have finally won a game. The rot has stopped. We have won a game away at the London Stadium against West Ham. A 2-0 victory. After that horrendous one where we were losing constantly non-stop, we have finally put an end to it. And again, look, it's not going to change much. I still have my feelings. We still have our feelings, but it's great to get a win. It's great to get the feeling of a win back as well. So I will not be overly negative today, but look, I'm going to, touch on the game, etc., of course, as usual. But yeah, we've gotten a win. We've gotten a much needed win, a much needed 3 points, and a much needed improved display. So without further ado, everyone, let's just get straight into it now. Before the game, we all sat here and we all said the manager's going to have to make some big decisions coming into this game. He's going to have to make some big key decisions. He's going to have to drop certain names, and he's going to have to really stamp his authority on the team. Players that are letting us down have to be dropped. And to be fair, a lot of us thought maybe he'd do it. Some of us thought maybe he wouldn't do it. But I think when I looked at the team selection today, I was relatively surprised. The big decision in the team today, there was no Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah was on the bench. That was a big surprise. I didn't think Arne Slot would do that. I did not think the manager would put Mohamed Salah on the bench. I was sure Mohamed Salah would play, and I was sure we'd have another game where Salah absolutely ghosted it. But no, the manager actually made the big decision. He dropped Mohamed Salah, so fair play to him. Mohamed Salah was dropped. Other names, granted, Gakpo still started, something I probably don't agree with. Konate still started, something I probably don't agree with. And to be fair, Joe Gomez started off at right back, which is something that I'm really happy with. I've been screaming for Joe Gomez to start the game. To be fair, I was screaming to Joe for Joe Gomez to get a start, as were a lot of people. Granted, he didn't get that start at centre back because Konate was still there, but he got a start at right back, and I'm happy with that. There was no shoehorning Szoboszlai there. There was no shoehorning Jones there. He played Joe Gomez, who can play at right back and is a decent option to play there. Centre back wise, I have to big up the centre backs. I've got to big up Virgil and Ibu today because honestly, we all expected the worst. We all feared the worst with Ibrahim and Konate playing again next to Van Dijk. But today, defensively, I thought we were pretty solid. I thought Konate had a very decent game. He wasn't amazing, nothing great, but he was decent. Van Dijk was decent, much improved from Wednesday. I thought Gomez at right back was very good, very impressive at right back. And left back, of course, Kirkers I thought was decent. So all in all, I thought the back line today was a lot more solid, a lot more compact, and a lot more defensively reassured compared to what it's been like in recent weeks against the likes of PSV, against the likes of Manchester City, against the likes of Nottingham Forest. So defensively, much better today, and that's something we needed. We needed more defensive stability and reassurance, and I think we got that today. As for the performance as a whole, everyone, I actually thought the performance today was better. It was better. We dropped Mohamed Salah and instantly you see a difference. You see a more front-footed Liverpool. Should I say front foot? No, probably not. You see more encouraging signs from us, should I say. We're a lot more active. We're a lot more lively. We look a lot more alive. It was a much better performance in the first half. It wasn't nothing special. We were out of this world, but we were better in the first half, and I will give credit for that. And I think Mohamed Salah being dropped played a big part in that because Mohamed Salah, he definitely at the moment is a liability. It's like playing with 10 men when Mohamed Salah's on the pitch. It feels like everything has to go to Salah. And today I felt the attackers shared it out a lot more. There was a lot more joy going forward. It wasn't as robotic. Granted, I'm still not happy with Gakpo's performance. I know he scored, but I felt he was still relatively poor today. But all in all, the performance today in the first half was better. So I've got to big up the lads for that. Much improved. We needed a reaction from what's been going on the last couple of weeks. And I think we got one today, a much needed win and a much needed better display. So it was 0-0 at half time. And you just thought, okay, Liverpool have been good, but we haven't scored. And you thought, okay, here we go. Best time we get one on the backside before that again. By the way, before I move on to the second half, Florian Wirtz was great today. Can I just say Florian Wirtz was absolutely immense. He was great against Frankfurt, but I think today was probably his best performance in the Liverpool shirt. He's definitely his best performance for Liverpool in the Premier League. I thought he was everywhere. He was playing some great balls into Gakpo. It's not his problem that Gakpo can't control the ball at times. But Wirtz was active, played some good balls into Isak. Isak probably should have done a bit better with the balls that Wirtz floated into him. Wirtz was great. He was everywhere today. It's exactly what we've been crying out for him to do. We've been saying Wirtz needs to live up to his price tag. He needs to start doing things like this. And I thought today he did that. He did that. He was very, very good in that first half, and I was very impressed. So, dare I say Wirtz man of the match today? Probably. I would probably say Wirtz was the man of the match today, albeit he didn't score a goal or nothing, but he was everywhere in that first half, just making these simple balls look absolutely, making these absolutely hard balls, pause there, people, making these absolutely ridiculous passes look absolutely normal. So, yeah, I thought Wirtz was really good today, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people agree, definitely his best performance in a Liverpool shirt, 100%. So, yeah, going into the second half, I've got to be honest, I think West Ham were better. They were better. They came out a lot better, and they were putting it on us. And I thought, okay, because it didn't look like Liverpool would come out at all in that second half. It looked like we were retreating, and it looked like West Ham were going to score, and it was only a matter of time because I thought Liverpool in the second half didn't come out. We didn't come out. We didn't come out to play. We were cowardly. We were timid, and I thought, okay, the first half was great, but we can't hold on to it. We've now reverted back to type. But no, that is not what happens, people. Alexander Isak nips in with his first goal for Liverpool. Alexander Isak nips in and scores to get us the first goal, or to get his first goal of his Liverpool. Yeah, I'm so delighted for Isak because not only has he scored a goal finally at last, he's finally scored for us in the Premier League as well. He's finally gotten off the mark, and it was a great goal. I think it was a great goal from Isak. No offside, no nothing like that. I thought it was a great, great goal and a great finish. So I'm delighted for Isak. He's finally been able to get off the mark for Liverpool. Was his performance great today? I don't think he was great on the pitch. I think he could have done a lot better, but he scored the goal. And someone like Isak, they're just there to score, let's be honest. They're there to be target men. They're there to score goals. So he did that today, and I think there's nothing more you can ask for. So, granted, Isak finally scores. Now, let's have a look. Let's see forward. But yeah, great to see Isak get off the mark. And from there, I felt Liverpool were in control. We were pretty in control of the game. Once we scored the first goal, West Ham were just deflated. The energy they had at the beginning of that second half, when it was still 0-0, it just disappeared. Very, very quickly disappeared. And Liverpool were just able to control the game. Albeit West Ham still had some chances, but I felt defensively we remained solid. We remained compact, and we didn't really give them a sniff. The last 10 minutes, it got a little bit more heated up. Lucas Paqueta ends up getting himself sent off somehow. I don't know how. I don't know what happened there, but the guy's head went and he ended up getting sent off. One thing I will say is West Ham was still getting some joy. They were still getting shots off. They were still making things happen, causing us a bit of trouble, even with 10 men. I felt when they were down to 10 men, we should have kept the ball better. We should have just controlled the game. But we kind of just let it still be a basketball game. But yeah, on the counter, Cody Gakpo, the 90 plus third minute, finishes it off, makes it 2-0. And Liverpool get a much needed 3 points that was needed. So we win 2-0, people. I've got to say, West Ham disappointed. I thought they'd put it on us a lot more, and they didn't today. So yeah, but that's not our problem. We beat what was in front of us. We did our job. And I don't think there's anything more that can be asked for from the team and from the manager. I felt the manager, look, I'll give him his flowers. He made a big decision, dropped Salah, and it worked to the team's benefit because we were a lot better today. But like I said, West Ham aren't a great side, let's be totally honest. The real test will be Sunderland this Thursday or Wednesday, is it? Sunderland, who are a very good side at Anfield. We'll see what happens there. And Leeds, of course, next weekend will be probably a tough game as well at Ellen Road. So we've got to build on this win. No good having a one-off win and then reverting back to type. We must build on this win and performance. So, as for the manager, my thoughts on the manager haven't changed. I still want the manager gone. He still needs to go, in my opinion. Like I said, this is Liverpool's worst run in, 50 years? So I think it's perfectly still reasonable to want the manager gone. We won today. Great, happy days. We won. I'm happy we won, etc. We don't have to be miserable. We don't have to rant. But I still want the manager gone. It changes nothing for me. It changes nothing. He still made clear that he can't make the big decisions consistently. I'd imagine Salah will probably be back in the lineup now on Thursday when he shouldn't be. I'd imagine he'll make other decisions again. He showed he can't make big decisions consistently for a sustainable amount of time. He showed he's clueless at times when we're 1-0 down. So I still want the guy gone. This changes nothing. He still needs to go. But I'm happy we won, of course, and I'll give him his flowers because I think he got the team pretty well today. He got the team selection pretty spot on, and the performance was a lot better. So This will relieve the pressure off the manager. He's probably bought himself another couple of weeks now, and we'll see where it goes. Can he turn it around? Probably not, but we'll see where it goes, man. I still think this is only going to end one way, but whatever. But it's a much-needed win and a much-needed 3 points. We needed some confidence back in the team. We were devoid. We were in the gutter, and we've won. Takes us back up to 8th place now in the table. I say 8th place, but that literally is still a poor position for us. But at least we're not 12th, 13th now. We're now back in the top 10 and we are 8th. Can we build on it? Let's see. But the most important thing is we finally got 3 points and we finally won a game. And we got a clean sheet as well. How did we get a clean sheet today? The defense was actually pretty good. Wow. I've got to say, defensively, pretty good today. I don't know why that was. Maybe Gomez made a difference. Maybe the centre-backs pulled their finger out finally and put in a decent display. But we were better. Or maybe it was just West Ham not being great. Who knows? But we got the clean sheet and we got this win over the line. That is the important thing. We now move on to Sunderland on Thursday, which is going to be the real test for me. Sunderland, who are a decent side, who are in and around the top 10 at the moment, who are playing some good stuff, coming to Anfield. That's going to be a real test. That will show us, are Liverpool really turning corners, or are we just fluking wins here and there and we're still not a great side? We'll see. But the important thing today is we won, and we can be happy that we won. But yeah, that is it for today's match reaction, everyone. Do remember, on your way out, do drop a like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Do, of course, turn notifications on as well so you know whenever a video drops. And get down below in the comments, give me your thoughts and opinions on the game. So yeah, like, subscribe, and comment. Other than that, I'm going to head out, people. I'll be back tomorrow with my match review, going into a bit more detail and pointing out things we learned from the game. For now, though, people, I'm going to head off. TLP out. Up the Reds. We finally got a win. A surprising win. An unexpected win, but a win nonetheless. So we'll see where we go from here. But yeah, big up, people. Peace out. I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye for now.